Hey, Shalom, Markins of Karma Kapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shavach Wadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, preaching his truth and all sincerity. Okay, back again with another video. This video was inspired by, brother Shakal from, here in the London camp, right? His channel was GMS Prison of Hope, right? And he did a video on these as it says, these bug out Israelites, right? And man, this shit's, you think, I don't use the word astonishing, like, it's unbelievable about, how the way these guys are acting. But it's not unbelievable, right? Because we know in the scriptures that these men exist, right? They have to exist. They have to, right? To be made an example out of, right? And it's just, it's just kind of crazy, man, that these guys believe, or maybe they don't believe, maybe some of them do believe, right, that they're of the elect, and they're righteous men and all this kind of business, that they got the truth and whatever. But really, anybody with a spiritual eye should see that this is just downright wickedness and lustfulness, man. Nothing but carnality, right? There's nothing spiritual about anything that these guys are doing and how they're acting, right? These guys are fully attached to the world, man. They just put on Hebrew garments, man. They know they're Israelites, man. But that's no different to Jake back in the ancient times, man, who knew they were Israelites, but it was still part of these different customs. Couldn't leave the world alone. Had to be influenced by it at every turn, man. And this is why you see a lot of these groups incorporate the world into the scriptures, into their teachings. But the word is holy. It's separate. It ain't meant to be conjoined unto the world, man. Just as we're not meant to be conjoined unto the world. Our actions and our thoughts and our beliefs ain't meant to be joined to the world, man. Our mind is meant to be in the scriptures. Right? But these guys, they don't want to separate from Egypt. They don't want to separate from Babylon. Okay, these guys want to stay in Egypt. They want to be Israelites in Egypt. They don't want the Lord to come back. Okay, they want to party up like they're in the world. They want to party up, they want to partake in the things that everybody else partakes in the world. They want to be like the world, but just be Israelites. Have the identity of being Israelites. That's all they want. That's all they want to do. And preach on how righteous they are and all this kind of business. Depending on what camp you're coming from, right? And you're not, man. All this business, man, is gonna come to an end. Right, and in the end, the true men of the Lord are going to be, made evident, right? But as we say, it's clear as day to us, man, that these guys are just worldly Jake, right? They're just worldly Jake that put on some garments and some fringes, but all they really care about is success in this world, having fun, living life in this world. That is all they're concerned about. Building reputation, building their own reputation, and so on and so forth. That's all they care about, man. Right? And I'm not gonna play the whole of this video. You can watch the brother's video if you wanna catch it, because he plays some clips in that, but it's not the whole video. But I suppose you can find it, right? But yeah, I'm gonna play a clip, a bit later on in the video, just for one quote this guy said, and it is one of the most off statements I've ever heard in my life. Right? And I'll play that a little bit later, but I want to open up with Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted." This world that we live in is polluted, man. It is run and owned by the wicked. It is run and owned by these Edomites. Okay, this is a wicked world we live in, man. The most wickedest of worlds that have existed under Esau. But you want to associate yourself with this world and the things that are in it. You guys want to incorporate this world into this truth, man, to make it more fashionable, to make it up to date, to update the scriptures. That's the same thing these fucking sicko, wacky Christians do, man. Or that's why they got women in higher positions. That's why they got LGBTs in their positions there, because they want to keep it modern. They want to attract, they want to keep people in the church. So that's what they be doing. But you guys now, you want to bring hip hop into Israel because it's fashionable among our people, man. Because everybody wants to be a thug and a fucking gangster, man. That's not who we're looking for, man. We were looking for sincere men in the Lord, not guys that are blinded by the superficial shit, acting hard and you know acting hard, and being flashy. That's not what we're about. That's not what this truth's about. All right, but I say you want to incorporate these things into this truth, man, so you can get a particular type of following, man, get a particular type of clout, But you're gonna get clouted, you're gonna get clouted, man, when the Most High turns up and the judgment starts coming forth, man. All right. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you. This place, this world, if you let it, will destroy you, man. Okay? If you let it. Because you can operate in this world with the protection you have by Shemi Awashai, you keeping steadfast, man. You can operate in this world, as using the world but not abusing it, right? You can operate in this world, you can, do your little thing or whatever, but don't make that, your objective, man. Don't make that your objective in this world, man, that you got to do this and do that, using it in an unrighteous fashion, using it as an excuse, right? To partake in wickedness. Nah, man, you can't be doing that, right? It will destroy you, man. If this is what you're hooked up on, man, this is these things that are on the forefront in your mind all the damn time, Oh, I gotta get girls. Oh, I gotta get garments. Oh, I need to get uh 2-3 jobs and whatever. You need to get a good job and I need to do this and you're willing to do that at all costs, affecting the truth, affecting the word. You ain't teaching, you ain't going out, or you're corrupting the doctrine because it don't fit in with your actions, man. And that's what these wicked Israelites would be doing back in the past, man, because they want to do a particular thing, but the scriptures don't support it. They start changing the doctrine so that it does. Times are no different. Times are no different to how they were before, man, with these wicked Israelites, man. And like I said, you're gonna have them here. We have to. They're here. They have to be here. Okay, it's all part of prophecy, right? They've got to be there, man. But just know that these guys are off, and you should stay away from these dudes, man. You should stay away from them because they ain't gonna bring you no no goodness, man. Okay, you might feel good in the flesh, and make you feel good, but spiritually, man, they're empty. All right, and they ain't gonna benefit you at all, man. They're gonna get you destroyed, right? Because they're stuck in the world, okay, and they don't want to leave it alone, man. It's, like I said, they want to stay in Egypt, man. They want to stay. They see Egypt better than suffering for the Lord. That's because they don't believe, man. They're not really built with faith. They got this false belief in their head, concerning themselves. But they don't really believe in the Lord and the Lord returning, putting an end to this place. Okay, they don't want to see this place go. Look how much fun they're having, man. I'm not gonna play the video, man, but they're having fun, man. Like supreme fun, like. And some of the statements these guys make, man, it shows their heart. It shows their heart, right? But anyway, read it again and move on, right? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay, this is not our resting place. This is not our kingdom. This ain't our kingdom, man. Okay, we're here as slaves. Right? So how much fun do you think we're supposed to be having in captivity? Does that make any sense? And like we've always said, man, we get together with the brothers sometimes. We have a drink, and we enjoy each other's company. But our mind is on spiritual things, man. We're having spiritual discussions, man. Cursing this place out, man. Putting prayers up, man. You know, just generally having godly conversations. Yeah, we talk shit sometimes. Yeah, talk about boxing, sports, and whatever. But you know, we're not. We ain't partying it up, man. I tell you that. Okay, we ain't partying it up, man. Right? Thinking that this is heaven on earth, as one individual ignorantly stated. Right? It's the most fucking bogus statement I've heard in my life. And I'm gonna play that clip later, but yeah, moving on, right? It should destroy you even with a sword destruction, right? These Jake, man, they're gonna get destroyed, right? Unless they repent. Okay. This is Exodus chapter 14, verse 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, had thou taken us away to die in the wilderness, right? And this is directly after the Israelites escaped from Egypt. Okay, Moses took them out, right? And the armies of Pharaoh came after them, right? And so they were good. By all means they were gonna get put to death, man. Pharaoh and his army were gonna come put them to death because they were, between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. Right, with no way to escape. Right, so they thought they were gonna perish. Right, and they're saying, look, we should have just stayed in Egypt because at least we would be alive and whatever. Right, because wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, leave us alone? Right, we don't want to leave Egypt, even though we're catching hell. Right, surely catching hell is worse than being put to death. Serving with rigor was better than being put to death, right? Because they had some sort of provisions. It says, wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth from Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? Right? These cats here, man, they just want to serve in Babylon, man. They just want to serve in New Egypt. That's what they want to do. They want to live life here. They want to establish themselves here. Getting all their businesses and their accolades and all this shit. Tazariak and them, man. Things. This thing's great. There must be things greater than God. And he's got his own business lining up, and he's getting money in most likely, and he's feeling it. He's loving it, getting money in. Or you know what I'm saying? They just want to really just make it in this world, man. They want to do the Israelite thing and make it in this world. That's their avenue. This truth. And the truth is not meant to be an avenue for prosperity in this world, man. That's not what it's for. All right. It says, for it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. All right. So like I said, man, they would have rather stayed in Egypt, man. And that's always been a portion of our people. Yeah, and like I said, that portion of people are here today. Yeah, they knew they were Israelites, but they'd rather serve the Egyptians than perish, than suffer. That was their mentality, man. These guys don't want to go through it for Yahweh Shai. They don't. This is from Numbers 11, verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, right? And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Right? It says, we remember the fish we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside the manna before our eyes, man. These men were complaining. And they were always complaining, man. Always thinking about Egypt when they were hurting, when they were suffering. Always thinking about, Egypt would have been better than this. Egypt's better than what you got us doing, man. Going through the wilderness. You're giving us manna, man, but I want to eat the fish and the leeks and the garlic, man. I want variety, I want to have all of that. I want all the wines. I want all the chicken and the beef, and I want all the glazings with the barbecue sauce. I want all of that, man. Well, yeah, Esau got that to offer. Esau got all of that to offer right now, man. He's the king of the earth. He got everything, right? Everything in this world he got, and you can get access to if you can afford it. All right. But is that what we're here for? We're here to serve captivity, man. We're not here to be enjoying ourselves like that. And like I say, yeah, we have our moments. You get to, enjoy certain things in that, man. But I would trade all of that in a second for the love of Yahweh Shai, man. For salvation, for the kingdom. I'll trade that in a second, man. The girls, all of that. Fuck this bullshit, man. Because there's no peace. There's no peace, man. There's no peace of soul here. You're always irked, always pissed off, man. Always vexed by something. There's no peace. Not even within our own members, man. Not even our own body, man, gives us peace, man. It's all fucked up. I'll trade all this shit in a second, man. But these guys, they don't want to go through the hardship to receive it. You know? They're going to complain about the things that they're losing. Just like Lot's wife, when she looked back, man, she was upset from the things that she was losing. Because she didn't want to leave. And now you niggas gonna get turned into salt. That she didn't want to leave, man. She didn't want to leave that life. It was good. It was a good life for her. Even though there was wickedness going on, because Sodom, it was hella wicked, man. Wicked shit was going on all the damn fucking time. You know? So, but she can ignore that. She can, blind that. Because, she was living somewhat decent. But Lot, nah, he turned, man. He didn't look back, man. He left that shit. Because that place pissed him off. He knew the wicked shit that was going on, man. So when the Lord said, look, man, I'm going to destroy this place, don't turn back, he left. That was it. End of story. He went and did as the Most High bid him. But his wife, nah, she couldn't handle that. She had to look back. She was sad. And it's the same with these dudes, man. They don't want to leave what they got. And they want to build more. They want to build more in this world. Increase riches unto themselves, man. Well, guess what? The more things you got, the more things you're gonna have to lose, man. And if you ain't about losing, because these guys, they ain't ever took a fucking L in their life, and they ain't prepared to. They don't want to be They don't want to be humbled. They don't want to take no L's. They don't want to do none of that. They ain't about that. They ain't about taking L's, man. They ain't about being humble. We're the bums, we're the offscouring of the earth to them, whatever, man, right? Yeah, man. So they're complaining the condition that we're in. They'd rather be in Egypt, man. And this is the same with these guys. They'd rather be here in this world, doing whatever they want to do to fulfill the lust of their hearts. That's it. That's it, man. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. The Lord is not dealing with these cats. He ain't dealing with them. Right? Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. And you can see the hell amount of pride that's among these congregations, man. With these different groups. Right? The pride of life is not of the Father, but it's of the world. All right? The world passeth away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Like I said, these guys are gonna get taken out with everybody else, man. Everybody else, because they love the world, and they're gonna go out with the world. All right. And this is verse Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14, right? It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Okay, like I said earlier, this is not our resting place. Okay, this is not where we're meant to be setting our roots, our foundations in. Trying to build some massive business or empire for yourself and, for the motley crew, the rest of you lot, right? Trying to bringing some Hebrew society here on the earth. No, that's not what's going to happen, man. This earth's going to get destroyed, and all this stuff you built is going to be destroyed too, right? We're meant to be building spiritually, right? Becoming more and more likened unto our Lord, man. And it's always difficult because we can't be perfect. You guys you're not even trying. Like you just like, nah, you know what? We're gonna just be more worldly. We're gonna bring the world in with us. We're gonna take the world with us, man. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We ain't on this humble shit. We're gonna bring the world in. We're gonna act like the hardest niggas on the block. We're gonna make merchandise. We're gonna do all of this, man. That's the spirit you want, man. Let's just be real about it. Okay, this carnality is off the chart. This lusting and this desire to fulfill the flesh. That's what you guys are all on, man. All right. So for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Our mind is somewhere else. 1 second, someone's banging on my door. 1 second. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna play this clip now, man, and then all right, decide for yourself, man. I know you bug outs out there. You're not gonna agree with me or us. You're gonna rather agree with these lot, but anyone with a spiritual eye, man, will just know. Come on, you can't be down with this, man. This ain't right. This what this guy says, man.
If you ain't in the ISUPK and you ain't smoking weed, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, man.
Right. So the first part, right? If you ain't smoking weed, what? What do you mean? That is not scriptural, man. So these guys, I didn't even know that. Well, not that they might not teach it, but obviously they find it acceptable to do. He's part of the ISUPK, right? He all dressed up, right? And he said, if you ain't, like, you must smoke weed, because if you ain't, then you're not in the right mind. What? No, man. Come on, man. These guys, man, everyone should leave that group. Like, right now, today. Upon the second he said that, everyone should just walked out. Right? And there's some bug that shit that General Hunter and Tazariak and all them man teach, that the man should have left that congregation a long time ago. Right? But it's obviously these guys are deranged, man. They're worldly as hell, man. No wonder they're bugged out. They're always out there smoking weed and shit. And he said, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like, that's what life's about. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes, man? What is wrong with... Well, we know what's wrong. They're just the outcast, man. They're just the wicked of our people, man. They're hooked up in worldly affairs. That's what niggas in the hood do. Smoke weed all day and just and just talk shit. That's what they do. But that's not even. Oh, I don't know. It's not even the worst part. But okay, 1 second.
Let me get that. If you ain't in the ISUPK and you ain't smoking weed, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this right here is heaven on earth, man.
That statement, this right here is heaven on earth. What the fuck is this nigga talking about, man? This is hell on earth, bro. Like, where's your mind? Where are you at? you obviously smoking too much weed. Where's your mind at, man? This here is heaven on earth. What, is the Lord here now? Is Esau been taken down? Like, what is up with you, man? You're bugged. And if that's what all of you are talking like and thinking like, man, then the Lord is gonna destroy ISGPK, man. And if there's any righteous among you, any members of the elect that are among you, man, you're gonna get taken out, man. But the ISGPK, man, is gonna get destroyed. Fucking hell, you know what I mean? This is heaven on earth. You obviously ain't in captivity, man. You're having this much fun. You're living it up so much, man. You're smoking weed, you're drinking wine, you got the ribbon around you, you got the garments on. Bro, you ain't got no problems, man. Like you said, man, this is heaven on earth, man. You acting like you're in the kingdom already. You know what I mean? This is just absolute crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Right? That statement is the most ignorant statement, worst statement I've ever heard in my life. And there's been a lot, but they're all just as offensive. But but yeah, man, that's some stupid statement, man. It just really shows these guys' hearts, man, their minds, and where it's at, man. These guys are not spiritual, man. These guys are not men of the Lord. They love this place, man. They love Egypt. They love this world, man. They're not preparing themselves for the world to come. They don't even want it. If that's heaven on earth, man, ain't nothing can beat that. That state of bliss, nothing can beat that. So if you're saying that this right here, right now, on the planet Earth as it is right this minute is heaven on earth, then Yahushua's kingdom can't beat it, right? In your mind. Because I guess really it's a fictional thing in your mind. If this can't be beaten, if Esau's world can't be beaten, then that must be because Yahushua's world or his kingdom must be a fictional thing in your mind, man. Something that ain't really real. I tell you, man, when crunch time comes, man, you niggas that are calling yourselves Israelites and believe, call yourself to be the hardest and the rawest and all this kind of stuff, man, you're gonna break when the Lord brings the judgment, man. When that hour of temptation comes, you're all gonna break, man. Okay, and you're all gonna get destroyed. Right? Oh, I've got to work soon, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. But we'll go here. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14, right? And this, it speaks about the Lord's kingdom, right? It's verse 14 said, and there was given him a dominion. Him is referring to Yahushua, our Lord, our King, our Savior, right? Because we need saving from this hell that we're living in. Not this. You don't need saving from heaven, bro. What's wrong with you? And there was given him a dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. Are these other nations serving us? Or is that your own party serving your own damn self because you ain't got no slaves to serve you? No, these nations ain't serving us. These nations ain't bowing down unto us, man. Following our ways. They're not doing that. We still have to put up with this fucking bullshit, man. We still have to put up with them. We still have to put up with the bullshit and wickedness that goes on this planet, man. So his dominion is an everlasting dominion, right? Which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, right? Because the Lord is going to have a righteous kingdom, okay? And there's going to be righteous men ruling in it, i.e. the saints, i.e. the Israelites, are going to be ruling in righteousness. That is why this kingdom that's being referred to is not going to be destroyed, because the Lord has no reason to destroy a righteous kingdom. Now, the Most High destroyed every kingdom on the planet. And guess what? They were all wicked. That's why they were destroyed. But the Most High is setting up his son to be ruler over the earth. So his kingdom is going to be everlasting. Because the Yahushua is righteous, man. Perfect. All right? That's the reason. Okay, and we're all inheritors of that kingdom with the Lord, with Yahushua. And we're going to be like him. Perfect. We're going to be changed. Okay, we're only going to do righteousness, man. So we're going to rule forever, man. And that is not the current state of affairs right now, man. We're in captivity under Esau. Esau is the wicked one ruling upon the planet. And we will have to follow his rules and his bullshit. That's oppression. We're still being oppressed. But nah, to this dude, man, he's in heaven. He's in heaven right now. Nah, that's Esau's place, right? Esau's in heaven, beginning with the elites. They're in heaven, man. You ain't up there. You're getting oppressed, man. You're just another slave in Egypt. But Like I said, going back to Numbers and Exodus, man, these guys would have preferred that. You know? I want to jump down to verse 27. It says, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, right? Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him, right? That is, we ain't in no position of power. We ain't gonna rule the shit, no dominion. What's this guy on? You'd rather be that lowly individual, fake, weak individual that you are, rather than be an actual ruler. and then, you know, rather than being an actual power on the earth. You know, all this shit that these guys have got nothing but gimmicks, man. They're all fake. All of them. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 says, know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, right? They got egos, their pride to feed, right? That's why they can't be humble, right? They got their own desires to fulfill. Their own, like I said, their own desires, man. We're supposed to be fulfilling the desire of the Lord. They got their own desires, their own agendas that they want to fulfill, right? Covetous. They look upon others and want what they got, and this is why they aspire to a lifestyle. They bring up all this hip hop shit in, man, all this rap shit, all the niggerisms, man, along with them. Because really, what they want to be is a gangster. They want to be. They want to be. They want to look like the hard dude. They want to look fashionable. They want to look cool, and all this shit. That's what they want. They want respect in different ways. They want, you know, that fear, because man's so hard. Man's got the sticks and all this shit. They want respect in a different way, not because they're teaching the scriptures, which really we're not really going to get respect from teaching the scriptures, not in the world, right? There might be, you know, respect among peers and stuff that, you know, men that come in, but you ain't gonna get the respect from the world, man. But you know, all this niggerism shit, you know, gains respect from our people, man, because people fear them and think they look cool and want to look and be like that with the flashy shit. You know, that's what it is, right? So really, these men are covetous. They be taking man's women and shit. You know what I mean? That's what they be doing, right? Boasters, proud, blasphemers. You know, and these men are talking so much shit. You know, against the scriptures, against everything, man. Oh, you don't have to worship Yahweh Shai. Or Yahweh Shai is just a, you know, just another Israelite. Or oh, certain men, you know, Paul's writings is not valid, and John found out the truth, and whatever the hell these guys want to speak about, man. Because like I said, they talk, they say things because it suits them. They want to carry out an agenda. It's something they don't agree with. They want to now debase the scriptures to pursue that lust or whatever that desire is, man, and use it as a defense. You know, it's full of shit. This is disobedient to parents, unthankful. Well, Elazar, disobedient to parents, right? He don't. He want all the respect, man, but he got no respect to give. Right? Unthankful, unholy, unseparate. You're not trying to separate yourself from the world. It says without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, and they've all done that. They've all done it against GMS. Okay, trying to bear false witness on us, man. You know, to try and to shame us and make us look bad. Okay, all we're trying to do is the scriptures, man, and we just tell you when you're going off, man. We're out here trying to spread false fucking rumors and shit. This is incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good. Yeah. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Right? Oh yeah, you know, yeah, sex on the Sabbath. Yeah, that's cool. Nah. Men are lovers of pleasures, man, more than lovers of God. More than lovers of his word, man. Like I said, they just manipulate the scriptures to suit them. You know? Having a form of godliness, because yeah, they got the garments and the fringes, you know, and it looks like they've got the camaraderie and all this down lockdown, but even though they be skull digging, digging each other and shit, right? There's things going on in those congregations, man, that ain't right, right? Making merchandise of people and whatever, but it looks cool. It looks like something you'd want to be a part of because it's cool, right? It looks cool, right? There looks like there's no trouble there. It looks like heaven on earth. you know, they've got that thing going from that angle, that gimmick for them, and it attracts people of that mind, man. But they're not serious. They're not serious about participating in the cross, man. They're not. This is having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Stay away from these cats. It says for this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Right, and the clip which is before that, when that guy made that ignorant statement, you got the women there, hyping up the generals are here, all the generals are here, like the brother was saying. Their congregation's got full of women, man. Right, and with us, man, you ain't gonna find no women, man. And that's not because we don't have women that follow us. No, we just don't have them around. We don't need groupies. You know what I'm saying? They're not here. They're not bringing anything. And you having women in your congregation doesn't bring nothing to the congregation, man. Okay, all it really brings is wickedness. It brings around wickedness because men's eyes become lustful. Which has happened in these other congregations, man. And the elders apostles know they've already been through all of that. That's why we don't have women around. Like I said, it's not because they don't follow us. There's women out there that follow us, man. But at the same time, do what they're doing. They got to do what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to do what we're supposed to do, and they should do what they're supposed to do, man. We ain't going to be mixing the two together, man, because that's just confusion at the end of the day. It's not necessary for this truth. Okay, we're on a mission. Let us do the mission. You women, be righteous as much as you can, be sober, and, raise your families. Do what you're supposed to do. All right? But we keep those two things separate when it comes to this truth, right? So we don't need to have parties, women shaking their booty, all this shit. We don't need that. These guys, they can't separate these things, man. They don't understand. But anyway, verse 7, never learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Right? These guys think they're so deep, but they haven't got the truth, man. Coming out all these new breakdowns like that's the truth. Anyway, it says, now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men. Right? And I know, it was squashed and that, but things like Anazar went to the club for the Passover and that kind of stuff. Come on, man. He supposedly repented. I didn't hear it, but that's what they were supposed to say or whatever. It is what it is. But you can see that the mindset of these men, that Nate was auctioning women his Passover for marriage on the part. What you can, the minds of these men is really there to be seen by all. Now you're gonna have guys that defend that because they like that. They like the idea of that. Because they're not serious about the scriptures. So they like the idea of all that shit, and the glitz and the glamour, right? But if you're really sincere about this thing, if you're really serious about this truth, man, that you should know already that ain't right. All right. So, but verse 10, but thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life. How did the Lord live? Come on, man. And even us, we can't aspire to that. Like, we can't even come close to how the Lord was doing things, man. He was a perfect vessel, man. He did everything right. We don't do everything right. Okay, but the level that you're living on, man, is far, far away from how the Lord was living. Far, far away. This is a purpose, faith, long suffering, because we're here to suffer with patience, right? We're being patient. We're here to suffer, right? Charity and patience. Okay, patience and long suffering is the same, right? The word patience means to suffer, right? Persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch and Iconium. I know he's speaking about Paul, but you know, yeah, he went through this, man. But the Lord, how he lived, like that's what. This is why Paul went through what he did, because he knows that's exactly how the Lord was, how he went. You know, persecutions and afflictions which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persons I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. It says, yea, all that will live godly in Yahweh Shemashach shall suffer persecution. All right, and we're about to head into the darkest times of that persecution, right? Because of our faith, okay, and our belief, right? But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And these camps are just getting worse and worse, man. Right? They are just getting worse and worse the longer they're staying in this world, man, because they, like I said, they're a part of the world and they're taking on more and more of the world. They're meant to be separated, but they're conjoined twins, man, and these men can't be surgically removed without them dying. Right? So that's what's going to happen eventually. All right, so but continue down the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. It's why we give double honors unto the elders, the apostles, right, of GMS, because those men are our teachers, and you know they keep it real, right? They ain't trying to, you know, assert themselves as some super Israelites, king of this and that, highest of highs, and pre. You know, they ain't trying to do all that, man. They're just here to teach, man. And they're there to rebuke those that go off. It's as simple as that. And yes, they are the authority, man. You know? But that don't mean, you know, you act like a fucking asshole. Like, like some of these guys do. All right? It's about the truth at the end of the day. That's all it's about. Ain't about all the gimmicks that you guys have got. All right? So that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through the faith which is Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. So all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. That man of God may be perfectly, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Okay, we want to show in our good works, right? You guys really are just showing off wickedness, as in the guise of good works, because you got excuses, right? That's all you guys do. Oh, I got the sticks, man. What the hell, man? Even if you got sticks, man, you don't show your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You still got reasons to well, not just Esau, but Jake got reasons to target you, man, just because you try to act the hardest, man. You know, Jake don't like being being one up, man. You got certain niggas out there, man. They're on a whole different level in terms of it comes to that badness, right? But anyway, I'll end it with 2 Peter's, man. Like, so I gotta run to work, man. I'll leave in a second. Verse 9, I'm starting from verse 9, right? 2 Peter 2 and 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness, despise government, okay, which is basically the authority, you know, that's set up in the spirit, right? And it just is that the fact that our elders and apostles are the top guys in this truth right now. You know, this is what it is, right? They've been around longest, right? And they've been there teaching from time, right? So the despised government, presumptuous are they, self-willed. That is what all these cats are, self-willed, man. They don't want to do things how they were taught. They want to do things their own way. They depart from the faith now. They want to do things their own way. They don't like how it's done. They don't want to depart into the wilderness. They want to go back to Egypt. They want to do how they liked it. When they were eating the fish and the leeks and the garlic and the onions. Oh yeah, that was a blessed time. That was great. That was heaven on earth. But this manna, this truth, yeah, see, I've got man that got to leave for work. But this truth now, this manna that's been given to us, man, to sustain us, now that's not enough, man. That's not good enough. The manna is not good enough, man. This truth is not good enough. It's not enough. I need more. I need more to satiate my carnal desires. That's what these guys are on. Spiritually, that's what they're on. Because they carnal. You know, this truth is not enough for them. They got to add to it. They got to bring more things into it, man, because to make them feel comfortable, to make themselves feel good. This ain't about feeling good, man. All right. Says, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not rain accusation against them before the Lord, but these, as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. All right, that is how they're gonna go out, right? And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime, to party up, to live at large. Yeah. Spots they are and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and that's why they got the women around, because they all man, they got lusting after brothers, women, and shit, right? And cannot cease from sin. They can't stop. And like I said, it's not possible to keep 100% in the laws, man. But we do what we can, the things that we have, have the ability to do, right? But when you're inviting things in to cause you problems, man, knowing that this could be a problem somewhere down the line, man, you're opening yourself up to sin. You're giving Satan an occasion, right? So these are certain. That's why we do. That's why the old apostles, they do certain things that you guys don't want to listen to, man, because only it's gonna bring problems. You know. So having eyes full of adultery that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, or delirium. Was it Alazar's alias, right? Unstable souls and heart. They have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children. The cursed children, they're not of the Lord. All right, they're going to be destroyed, right? Which have forsaken the right way and have gone astray. They left from what they were taught, right? Following the way of Balaam, the son of Bosor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, right? And these guys, they're in that same spirit, man. They love the wages of unrighteousness, man. They might as well be following Balaam, you know. It says, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh. Allure is to entice. They entice through the flesh. And that's what I mean. This is everything they do is just a fucking advertisement to carnal individuals. That's everything that they do. Where's the real edification? In this word. So what's all the other shit? That's the extra. That's the glitz, the glamour to entice you, man. Right? Because that is what they want. You know? It says, through much wantonness, those that were clean escape from them who live in error. Right? So, Lord willing, well, for fact, right? If there is any of the elect among them groups, they're going to come out. Okay? It says, escape them who live in error. Okay? Your leaders and shit, man. Okay, that are corrupting you, bringing you along this path, man, that is nothing but a path of destruction. Right? It says, why they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same he is brought in bondage. He's stuck in the world. He is bonded to this world, and this world is going to get destroyed. It says, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, they are again entangled therein, entangled in the world, entangled in this wickedness, this corruption. They're going back to the things you were in beforehand. Because like I said, they just want to bring things that they were into before and bring it into this truth. Because they like that lifestyle. They like, that way of living. Thug love, all this shit, right? They are again entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is worse with them than the beginning. Right? It ain't gonna end well for these cats, man. So for it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. So, but it has happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned into his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. All right. So you're just going back into your old wickedness, man. Okay, but the end of you is going to be worse than the beginning. If if you hadn't come into this truth, man. And like I said, man, it should be evident for all to see, man. Anyone with a spiritual eye should know, can see that, man, these guys ain't right. All right. And if there is any among you, man, that you feel like something ain't right about them, man, just get the hell out of there, man. Stay true to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Do your own thing if you have to, man. Just stay true to the doctrine. Ain't no one saying that you got to become a part of GMS and all this business. No, just keep the doctrine, man. Keep the true doctrine. Do your thing, but don't be associated with these cats, man. They're gonna lead you to destruction, man. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. I'm gonna dash off to work now. But I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till then, I say shalom.